Move Dancewear are Europe's largest retailer of dance products. We are an import-export business. We bring in around 50% of goods from outside the UK, and around 50% of the products we sell are own brand products, which we've been manufacturing with various partners around the world for around the last 6 or 7 years, and we export about 60% into the European Union. We're a leader in e-commerce, and we're very strong in that area. We sell it direct to the consumers across Europe. We're very quick to market with our products, and we shoot our own products in our own studio here. So it's one of our key skills, really. So we moved into a new unit here near Manchester Airport around the middle of 2018, and the unit itself only had a small office in it. So temporarily we had a porta cabin outside for around 3 to 4 months, and then we engaged Nexus to build the office space for us. We wanted something that was a really nice environment for our staff, light and airy. And obviously you can imagine putting a mezzanine office inside a warehouse. Sometimes you might think, well, it's just going to be a box inside a warehouse. So we worked really hard with Nexus to make it a little bit more special than that, and hopefully you'll see that from the images in this video. I'm a buyer by trade to a certain extent, so I evaluated a long list initially of design build contractors, and then shortlisted to 3. I engaged them to produce some information about what they might build and how it was going to be delivered and how we could pay for it, etc. And all the aspects that I felt were important in terms of selecting someone to do this work for us. And Nexus came out on top. The guys, it struck me from day one meeting David, just an incredibly honest guy, transparent, not trying to hide anything from me, not trying to sell me anything that wasn't really true. And he weren't trying to pull my wool over my eyes in any respect, and I really trusted him from day one. I think that it really comes through in the culture of the organisation, that everyone you meet wants to do best for the customer. The team that they had, there's a certain number of in-house employees. Obviously you're always expecting this sort of job, some of the trades are going to be contracted out, and that's just the way the industry works, but ultimately you want some people from Nexus on the ground managing those trades and doing a good job, and I really felt that Nexus had a good handle on that in terms of the personnel, and ultimately I felt that they could deliver what they were talking about. And the timescales they're asking were also quite tight. We got Nexus to build a certain proportion of the build first, so we could move in as it was getting into sort of October, November, and it's starting to get a little bit cold. And we were in a porta cabin at the time, so they managed to really deliver that on time as well. But then we gave them a bit more time to finish the rest of the build, so they really were with us in sort of delivering stages of the project with our timescales. And it's very refreshing to have worked with someone when they set a timescale out, they meet it, and if they're behind, they'll push hard to meet it, and then it won't be my problem or my cost. It's it's Nexus's job to meet that timescale, and I was very impressed with that delivery of the project. So I made the right choice. For us, we're really making a big push in terms of the culture of our business. That's both in terms of how we expect people to behave, but also the environment that we provide for people. And I really feel that this has been a black and white evolution for us in terms of going from where we were to where we are now. We used to struggle really when people turned up our business in terms of new employees or potential hires. They would look at our business and think, is that a place I really want to work? And now that isn't a problem, and people turn up and you can see by the look in their eyes when they come through the door that like, wow, this is a cool place, and yeah, I'd like to work here. So it's really helping us to build and retain staff and help us to recruit those great people in. We've really got an environment that's inspiring for our teams and our staff. Obviously we've got all the things you need, like meeting rooms and space and a great breakout area for all the team, but ultimately it's just providing an environment that really fits with our culture. I can't really fault the process from start to finish. You can see that they've done this many times before. It's a good process in terms of consistency of delivery for them. I've probably said this before during the interview, but ultimately it's about honesty and transparency and working. These guys work to win-win. They want you to have a great experience of working Nexus, and they want to deliver what you're asking for. And of course they've got to make money as well, and that's the nature of the business, but they are honest and transparent in everything they do. When they say they're going to do something, they'll do their best to do it. If it's not going to happen the way they said, they'll say, look, John, we tried to do this, we couldn't do it, but we can do this instead, or we can do this instead, and give you the options. And I think they only ever promise something they know that they could have delivered. And that was the case. Ultimately, they delivered what we needed. We had a timescale to move into this premises. It was really quite tight, and I pushed them quite hard when it came to the delivery time and such like, and cracking on with the business. And they delivered it on the timescales. And all in all, things happened as expected. So excellent. Good job.